Have you been feeling out of alignment and your energy's just been off lately? Perhaps you've been feeling disempowered and you just want some more guidance and support. Well, today, on this auspicious day of 222 Portal Day, we are going to tune into the frequencies and the energies of today. 222 is a portal of collaboration and unity consciousness. It is a time to tap into your intuition and your inner knowing, to connect with your inner self to the universe. It is cosmic alignment, it is interconnectedness. So be aware of your energy today. It's important to remember that whatever you're calling in, whatever you're thinking of, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, whatever you're focusing on, during a portal day is amplified and magnified. So if you've been feeling out of alignment, your energy's off, or you're just feeling disempowered, then I invite you to stay with me during this transmission. I'll be sharing a guided visualization at the end. And for now, I want to share with you empowerment codes from Egypt. During my travels to Egypt 2 years ago, when I was at the different sacred sites and temples and pyramids, there were certain scenes and hieroglyphs that I really connected to in deep and profound ways. And so I wanted to share just a touch of some of the ones that I felt called to share today, in particular during 222. Because 222 is about cosmic alignment, the number two in numerology is all about balance, connection, collaboration, and cooperation. So, what better time to tune in together and actually really focus on the energies of today and call in what it is that we want in our life? Hi, I'm Anistara Ma. I'm the mother of 1111 Unified and Ascension University. I'm a holistic coach and an inspirational speaker. And I wanted to share with you these empowerment codes from Egypt. But before I do, I want to extend an invitation to you for our Egypt pilgrimage later this year. 1111 Unified and Ascension University invites you to come on a sacred pilgrimage and mystic initiation, October 26th to November 14th. And I'll be sharing more about the trip later during this transmission. But for now, I just want you to know that we'll be spending 1111 at the Temple of Isis. We have 3 hours of private access after the public leaves in the evening for us to be there on 1111 at 1111. One of our intentions is to build a network of community where we are gathering at the sacred sites on 1111. During this powerful portal day, we could be activated by these sites. We could be creating the new grid lines, amplifying the light grid around our planet for humanity's awakening. And so I would love to walk this path with you. If your heart has ever felt called to go to Egypt, now is the time so you could come and be with your star family. You can find out more at 1111unified.com/Egypt. Okay, so now for the codes. So give me a moment while I dance with technology here. I'm just going to share screen really quickly. So our Egyptian codes of empowerment. So hieroglyphs are complex symbols that often carry multiple layers of meaning. And so the context of the symbols usually plays a significant role in understanding their intended meaning. So I'd like to point out some of the symbols that I felt signified unity, spirit, harmony, balance, and connectedness. So the first one I want to share with you is the Ankh and the Wasp scepter. These two images are, or two hieroglyphs, are sometimes depicted together. Here is the Ankh. The circle represents the sun at the horizon, and this is life. And then the wasp scepter has kind of this head and the long staff as well. And together in unison, I believe that they really mean like a rebirth or the connection to many lifetimes. So the Ankh is a powerful symbol. It's associated with mastering our energy or our Merkabic light body. A lot of people call it the key of the Nile or the key of life. And ultimately, it is a very well-known symbol in hieroglyphs, Egyptian hieroglyphs, and it does mean life or divine energy. It also means regeneration. So we're going to get into that in just a moment when we talk about the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. So the waft scepter, this is something that was usually used during ceremonies by the rulers, and it represented authority and sovereignty. It symbolized power and dominion. And so when they're depicted together, I believe that they could mean about the cycle of life, the concept of life and eternity as intertwined, and with the idea of that we're all interconnected, that we can move from one life into the other, and that rebirth even happens in this life. It doesn't mean that you physically die. It means that you could rebirth yourself. And so if you're feeling a little lost and disempowered, sometimes that means that you are creating a new identity. You have been losing your previous identity, and it's time to birth yourself anew. And I have my own story of how I've been doing that for the last several years, from Candace, founder of Holistic Cooping, to Anistara Magha, my spirit name, my higher self name. And the more that I embody that name, the more that I feel like I'm living my life on purpose, that I have a mission, and that I'm fulfilling that. Okay, so one of my favorite symbols in Egypt was the Jed pillar, and this is depicted in many different temples. This particular one was at Osiris's temple. Now, the Jed pillar represents the spine of Osiris. You can see Osiris here with Isis and their son Horus, helping him lift and erect the Jed pillar. And so when I think of the Jed pillar, I think of our chakras being aligned so that our central Shushuma energy pillar is open. And then we have the Holy Trinity, and it takes the balance of all the feminine, the masculine, and spirit, or the child, to become very balanced. One thing I did want to point out here, and I loved noticing this when I was in Egypt, is that there's 4 lines here. And then the symbol up here, to me, felt like unity. It was a circle and the symbol of all 3 of them together. And so to me, it felt like and seemed like I had this channel download that we move through the 1111 portal or gateway to get to unity consciousness. And so that's why I believe 1111 is a unity conscious symbol. It is one of the ways that the universe speaks to us if you see it often. And so this is about going through that portal, through that doorway to reach unity consciousness and that interconnectedness of the entire unified field. So again, it's the backbone of Osiris, and that in order to reach unity consciousness, we have to be in that balance, that Holy Trinity balance. So here's Ka. It's typically symbolized as 2 arms outstretched with the hands up. And Ka represents the vital force of life energy. And so some people associate it with spirit, and it's considered your spiritual double. So when you move on to the afterlife, that your spirit or your life force lives on and exists after death. So the Ka is the part of the individual that's associated with life and consciousness. And so that deeper connection with spirit. The next one is the Eye of Horus, sometimes known as the Eye of Ra. Its distinctive markings are believed to represent functions of mathematical proportions, just like the golden mean. So they are associated with the different aspects of life and your spiritual journey. And so some people call it the all-knowing eye or the all-seeing eye. And when I see it, it begins to activate my third eye, my pineal gland. So that is our connection point to each other, and knowing that we are all one. And just like in the movie Avatar, I see you, this third eye activation, it helps us connect on deeper spiritual levels with other beings. So the name namaste, I see the good in you, I see the spirit in you, I see the divine in you as you do in me. So it is associated with the third eye and the pineal gland, and it's also a symbol of heightened perception and divine wisdom. So this is one of my favorite symbols, not so much a symbol. This is a netero. This is one of the gods. Sashat is the daughter of Thoth. She basically is known as the female scribe, and she's usually depicted with these 7 rays coming out the top of her crown chakra and up into the sky. And so these 7 rays are actually symbolizing the 7 sisters of the Syrian star system. Say that 3 times fast. The 7 sisters of the Syrian star system. And so it is believed that she has that bird's eye perspective and that bird's eye view of our planet Earth. And she was able to be the architect of where the different temples, pyramids, and sacred sites sat. Like, she can navigate the terrain and see from above the ley lines and the energy and where the frequencies were most heightened. And that's where the temples or the pyramids were built. And so I just love her and the idea that we come from the stars. And so to me, she represents cosmic alignment, just as the pyramids of Giza align with the 3 stars of the Orion's belt. And they're finding so many more, how could I say, evidence that the pyramids themselves, the pyramids of Giza, are much older than Egyptology teaches. That says 6,000 or 7,000 years old. But chematology, which is much older than Egypt, back into Zep-Tepi, the beginning of time, that the pyramids actually aligned with the stars of Orion's belt at 36 to 54,000 years old. And so that would change our origins of humanity. It would change a lot of things. And so when I was in Egypt, I had so many profound experiences. One of them, oh my goodness, it was so incredible. I was at the Great Pyramid, and our group went up and we were in the King's Chamber, and the group was pretty big, and people started sitting on the ground, and they said, "Oh no, you can't meditate here. You need to go." And they started pushing the group out. And I was standing at the granite box, and I was just kind of running my fingers along the top of it, and I could feel 3 holes at the top. And I saw an A in the top of the granite box. And as I was standing there, the guard came over to me and he looks at me and he says, you good energy. You, number one, you really good energy. You come with me." And he took my hands and he sat me down with my back against the sarcophagus, the red granite box, which I believe is an energy healing box. And he says, "I make quiet for you." And he went and turned off all the AC units. And I pulled out my phone at that moment, just hit record. I was like, something's going to happen. I don't know what it is. And I pulled out my 1111 tuning fork and I dinged it. And I just started hearing the frequency and the vibration in the room and how it bounced off the wall and the crystalline granite, and just completely felt full body truth bumps throughout my whole body. And I just started singing. I just started using my voice. I was toning and speaking light language. And ultimately, there was 4 other people that started singing with me. And it was like a chorus of angels. And I got to experience this for about 13 or 14 minutes. The whole thing was about 15 minutes. And I stood up and I turned around, and it was 4 locals that was singing with me, 2 women and 2 men. And I got to experience the King's Chamber as I feel it was intended, for sound healing, to actually shake up and shift you on a cellular basis. And I came out of there so vibrant and radiant and alive, and it completely changed me. And so if you've ever felt the call to go to Egypt, if you've ever dreamt of it since you were a child, or you feel like you're a star seed and you want to go home, or maybe you've experienced past lives there and it's time to go back and receive the codes and messages that you left behind for yourself, then I invite you to join us for 1111 Egypt Sacred Pilgrimage and Mystic Initiation. We'll be there October 26th to November 14th. And unlike the 12-day tours where you take the big cruise ships down the Nile, we will be on a wooden dahabeah sailboat. We also are going to take 20 days to really have time, have spaciousness, have the ability, excuse me while I dance with technology because I want to share screen again. We're going to have the ability to really spend a lot of time at the sacred sites as well as integrate afterwards. On my 12-day trip, we had to be on the bus at 5:30 a.m. We had to be off the bus at 10 or 11 p.m. It was rigorous. It was really a lot, and I wasn't getting a lot of sleep, and I wasn't nourished well, and it was just very, very intense. And so we're giving ourselves spaciousness with 20 days and 19 nights to also enjoy our beautiful resorts. We're going to be at these beautiful 4.5 to 5-star resorts. So let us explore the mysteries of ancient Egypt together, family. Now is the time to just finally say yes. If this is something you've been dreaming about your whole life, this is a trip of a lifetime. So come home with your star tribe, receive, explore the sacred sites, receive the codes you've left behind, and experience the trip of a lifetime. So when you're on our website, 1111unified.com/Egypt, you'll see this is inside the trip. You just click this and it'll show you everything that we're doing that day. And of course, we are culminating at the Temple of Isis on 1111 with our private access. And so we're going to be creating a unification ceremony. I'm so excited about this part because that's the whole intention of this trip, is to be in Egypt on 1111. So again, this will tell you who the trip is for, and then all that's included. The food, the hotels, the buses, the flight from Aswan back to Cairo, all of it is included except your international flight. And you'll see the pricing of everything here. And then you can actually make your deposit today if you choose to. There's also an application that you'll want to fill out so that we know that you are physically able to crouch and crawl and be outside in desert conditions, and what medications you're on and things like that. And that's just a private application that myself and the tour guide will see. And then here's a glimpse of our amazing accommodations. So the Steinberger Pyramids Hotel in Cairo, the House of Life Hotel in Abydos near the Osiris Temple, the 5-star Resort Sofitel Winter Palace in Luxor, and then of course our beautiful dahabeah, absolutely gorgeous hand-carved wood boat. I mean, it's stunning. And the great thing about being on the boat is we get to stop at sacred sites along the way. So that image of Sashat was actually taken at Old Combo, and you only can access that when you're on the smaller boats and not the big cruise lines. And then this one is one of my favorites, Ben Ben Eco Lodge. This is in Philae, and we're actually overlooking the Temple Isis. You can actually see the Temple Isis off in the distance, and that's where we'll be staying for our final nights in Egypt before we fly home to Cairo. So you can find out more again on the website 1111unified.com/Egypt. And now I would just like to take a moment and do a little mini guided visualization just so we could tune into the frequencies of 222. Just a moment to drink some water. All right, beloved. So again, if your energy's just been feeling off, things have been very intense lately. And so we need to remember to take that time out. And what better time to do that on a portal day, whether you want to go outside with your feet on the ground, spend some time in nature, take a bath, or just journal, meditate, stretch. Just give yourself the gift of a little bit of time today, even if it's just 15 minutes, and you pick up a pen and you write one of your intentions or several of your intentions for this year. Because again, everything amplifies and magnifies on portal days. And everything begins to synchronize too. So if you sit in that positive energy of your life and what you want to call in and creating that gratitude for it, then it's it will happen quicker. Like because the portal day actually synchronizes all these alignments, all these people will come into your life, doors will open, and you won't feel disempowered anymore. Because empowerment is understanding that we are all interconnected and that it is our inner game that affects our outer life. So begin within, beloved. Remember that you are the only one that can change and shift and transform your life. And anything that you're going through, any struggles or challenges are here for you to grow and transform from. Okay, so let's just take a few moments, take some deep breaths. You can close your eyes if you want to or not. I like the circular breathing in through the nose, out the mouth. And again. Yeah. So begin to feel the renewing energies of unity, of interconnectedness, feeling it in your heart, knowing that you are a starlight, you are a star in an entire galaxy, and that you can shine your light from the inside out. Begin to feel a ball of light forming in your heart. And you could begin to fill this ball of light with any energies that you're choosing to call in today. Collaboration, cooperation, passion and empathy, acceptance and forgiveness, love, self-love, self-care, love and tenderness and care for others, your beloveds, your family, your community, and the whole world. Big breath for that one. What are some other things? Abundance, prosperity, manifesting and womb manifesting your dreams awake. Now tune into that unity consciousness, allowing your ball of white light to fill your body first from your heart. You want to give yourself all these renewing energies into your physical body first. Make sure that your cup is filled before you could share it with others. Yeah. Now you're going to expand that light energy out into your Merkabah field. Remember, mastering that Merkabah light body. We're bringing that light, extending it out from our body at least 3 feet. From here, you can begin to expand it out even further into the room that you're in. If you're in a room or the car that you're in. And now begin to pierce the walls, pierce the door, pierce the floor, pierce the ceiling, and expand that energy out. Really growing and expanding, pushing out of your comfort zone now. That's where growth and transformation happens. Begin to feel empowered. Begin to feel that sensation of feeling fulfilled, knowing that you are on purpose, that you came here for a reason and you're fulfilling it. You are discovering your path. You are being directed by universal synchronicities and alignments. The universe is giving you subtle nudges, even today, right now, during this portal day. Accept those and receive them. And now we're going to expand even further out so that our Markovic light bodies are connecting with each other. We are intertwining like the flower of life, and we're creating a light grid surrounding Mother Earth. We are holding her in an embrace now. We are sharing with her all of those renewing energies: love, compassion, frequency, forgiveness, acceptance, cooperation, collaboration. Now, imagining us all sitting in this unified field, embracing Mother Earth and holding her. And now we're beginning to receive back from her, like that reciprocity, that reciprocal loop of energy. She is sharing with us all of her abundance, that we're taken care of, that our basic needs are met. Envisioning all of humanity being fed, being housed, being clothed, having fresh drinking water. That we can live in harmony with her and with each other, that it is possible, and that we are calling that in right now collectively on 222 Portal Day. Yeah, so good. Now, like a straw, begin to sip your energy back towards you. Breathing in through the mouth and out the mouth now. Bringing that light energy back. You're hovering over the space that you're in now. You're going and merging through the walls, and now you're filling the space that you're in now, the room or the car, wherever you are. And bring it even further in to 3 feet outside of your body. And now you're receiving the abundance of Mother Earth. You're receiving the abundance of what our new Earth feels like, that frequency and that vibration of all of humanity living in harmony together and with Mother Gaia. And now suck it into your body and give that energy everywhere that you need it inside your body. If you're feeling tightness in your legs or your lower back hurts, focus that energy and that frequency right now to the areas that you want. Feeling that warmth glow, that glow just filling you up like molten golden honey, just dripping throughout your body. Just settle into that feeling of golden light completely immersing you. And now with the next sip in, breathe it into your heart, feeling it warm in your heart here, the center of your heaven-bound chakras and your earth-bound chakras. That warm, beautiful green and pink color, holding that frequency and vibration in your heart in this moment in time. And now say to yourself 3 mantras that are coming to mind. These will be your 222 mantras. They could be today or for the rest of the year. But just say, I am. Fill in the blank. I receive. I am grateful for. Yes. And you take those I am receiving, I am grateful for. Take those statements. You can go write about them if you choose to. And just let them live in your heart. Let them be like seeds, and you can go out and plant them, and you can spread them around. You can share them with others. Yes, beloved, welcome back. Thank you, 222 Portal Day, for that special moment in space and time where we can interconnect. It's that easy. It's that simple. I think that was like 5 minutes, maybe 6. You can hit replay on this, share it with others, be like, hey, honey, I had this amazing visualization earlier. Are you willing to do it with me? because it is about collaboration and cooperation too, right? We can do the inner work, but it also means that we are surrounding ourselves with beloveds that resonate with us, that accept us, that are willing to grow and transform with us. And that is your community. We are co-creating it together. So if you'd like to join our online community, you can join us at 1111 Unified Ascension University on Facebook. You can find us at 1111 Unified. You can find me at Anistara 1111, Anistara 1111. And again, beloveds, if you have any questions whatsoever about Egypt, you are you just go to the website, check it out, and you are more than welcome to email me. And you can email me at 1111unified@gmail.com, and myself or my team will answer any questions that you have. And I do look forward to walking this path of awakening with our star tribe in Egypt later this year. So again, it's October 26th to November 14th. We're going to spend 11/11 at the Temple of Isis. And it would just be a deep honor and a privilege to experience this with all of you. My son is going to be with us. Families are welcome. Children 6 and over can join us on this trip. And I know several people may have been to Egypt before, but it was a solo trip. And so we're inviting the families. So even if you've been before, this is your chance to come with your family, to bring your child or your children and experience those sacred sites together in community. All right, beloveds, I hope you're having an amazing day. And remember again, when it comes to feeling empowered, it's an inside job. Only you can be the cultivator of your confidence. Don't let anything outside your field affect how you feel about yourself. All right, beloveds, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'm wishing you a very happy 222 Portal Day.